What's up, guys? It is the weekend, which means that I have another big old stack of next week's books to read. All these books come out next Wednesday, October 2nd. I thought I would run through them real quick just to show you some of what's coming out next week, let you know what I'll be reading, what I'll be making preview videos of, and if there are any of these that you want to know more about, just let me know and I will try my best to post a spoiler-free preview video of those. But I am very excited for next week because it is the start of the all-in era at DC. DC is going to be giving us some great books starting in October. They've actually been giving us great books for the last couple years, but in October they are cranking it up to 11. I'm going to be talking about this quite a bit over the coming days and weeks. But before we can get to the all-in stuff, we have to wrap up Absolute Power with Absolute Power number 4. I just finished reading this. It is amazing. Big action, fantastic art, a nice, bold, new direction for the DC Universe going forward, though not a reboot, okay? Not a reboot. Nothing is getting rebooted. But there are also a couple of mysteries planted as well, so we'll have to see how all of that comes out over the coming months. But such a great finale to the Absolute Power storyline, and then this leads directly into the DC All-In special, and the All-In era starts right here. So this is really cool because it's a flip book. So on one side, you get a nice, bright, hopeful story. It's centered around Superman and just the direction that the heroes are going to be taking, the formation of the new Justice League. We are getting a new Justice League book in November, so this is really great. But then you flip it over and you get a story centered around Darkseid, and it's much darker and more grim, and you get the first look at the Absolute Universe. This is the first official look at Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. I've actually read Absolute Batman, and today I read Absolute Wonder Woman, and both of these books are phenomenal, and I expect that this one will be as well when it comes out in November. So everything all in starts with this awesome flip book right here. I read this a few weeks back, and it was really cool, but it was a digital preview version, so I'm excited to reread this in the physical form because these two stories converge and meet in the middle, and it's just done so well, so well. So such a good book here. And then after all of that is done, we get into our all-in book. So we've got Batman number 153, the start of a brand new story arc. I read this one a couple weeks ago. This one is really good as well. So I can't wait for everybody to see the next awesome story arc for Batman. This one is really good. We've also got Birds of Prey number 14, the start of a brand new story arc for the Birds of Prey. And I should have mentioned that all of these books coming out in October are the start of brand new story arcs. They all have this same kind of trade dress where the covers are white with these big pictures of the characters. You've got the classic Bullet logo, the all-in branding. So if you want to jump on some of these as you go into your comic shop next month, just check for this branding right here. Check for these nice bright white covers, and you will be set. So yeah, Birds of Prey number 14, new story arc for them as well. I don't quite remember what the story is, but I'm excited to jump back on this one. We've also got Shazam number 16, new story arc here. This one seems to be really cool. And then Poison Ivy number 26. Don't forget, this started as a 6-issue miniseries, and now we are at 26. New story arc in the all-in era. So I cannot wait to read all of these. I'm going to try to do preview videos of all of these because I am so genuinely excited for the all-in era and all of the awesome books that we're going to be getting over the course of the next few months. DC is just firing on all cylinders right now. We've also got a lot of other books too. We've got Storm number 1, the next in the From the Ashes era of X-Men books, and I have a feeling that this is going to be really, really cool as well. We've also got Creature Commandos number 1, for those of you who are excited about the upcoming animated series. I believe it's coming out in December. We've got a comic book to go right along with it. I have flipped through this one, and the artwork is great. I cannot wait to read this one. And then we've got one that I read a while back, and I loved it. This is Hyde Street number 1, the next book under the Ghost Machine imprint and Image, but this is a horror book, but not a horror anthology. This is going to tell a continuing horror story, and this one is so good. Like I said, read it a few weeks ago, loved it. I can't wait to reread it in a nice physical form here. This is a really great one. We've also got Skin Police number 1 from Oni. I don't quite remember what the story of this one is, but it will be cool to find out. And then from Magma, we've got Night of the Slashers number 1. This is a great time of year to read spooky books, right? We're entering October, and I love spooky books in October. This one is going to be a lot of fun. We've also got Multiversus Collision Detected number 2. The first one was a lot of fun, kind of a tie into the Multiversus game. And you can't go wrong when all of these characters get together, so this one should be great. And then Plastic Man No More number 2. I thought the first one was awesome. When's the last time we got a Plastic Man book? Now we're getting a Plastic Man book that's a black label that can tell whatever story it wants to tell. So cannot wait to jump on the second issue of this. We've also got Venom War number 3. I really like the main story of this so far. Can't wait to continue with that. And also Venom War Spider-Man number 3. I really enjoyed the Spider-Man tie into this. And I gotta find out what's up with this costume because it looks really, really cool. We've also got X-Men number 5, probably my favorite book of the From the Ashes era book so far, so it'll be cool to see Psylocke and Kid Omega do whatever they're going to do in this. It should be great. And then we've got Deadpool number 7, the second issue of this story arc featuring Deadpool's daughter Ellie out for revenge against the guy who killed her dad. So we'll have to see how successful she is at that. And then last but not least, we've got Ultimate Black Panther number 9. Some really interesting things coming with this. We know that we're gonna start getting into some magic. We might see this universe's version of Doctor Strange, or at least this universe's Sorcerer Supreme, whoever that may be. And I'm not sure if we're going to get a look at them in this issue, but I will let you know if we do. And that's it, guys. There are 18 books in this stack, and this is certainly not everything that's coming out next week. This is just some of the bigger ones, but there's a lot more great stuff. Sorry for making this video a little bit longer than normal, but I just cannot hide my excitement for DC Comics, everything they're doing right now, the All-In era, the Absolute books. I'm telling you guys, I am genuinely, truly excited for everything that they're doing, and I want everybody else to be excited because they are giving us the best superhero comics on the stands right now. I highly recommend them to anybody who loves superhero comics. Go in and pick some of these up. You will not be sorry. So again, let me know if there's any of these that you want to know more about, and I'll try to make a spoiler-free preview video of that. Like I said, I'm going to try to do the Absolute Power books, Storm number 1, Hyde Street, and probably a couple others in here I'll do preview videos of. But yeah, such a great week for comics, and October is only just getting started. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and I am going to go get started on these books.